it's Maddie. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another filming saga where the next two videos you'll see Maddie in the exact same clothing, because when I have a week off of work, I try to film as much as I can in a day, and then I can edit and put videos out as I'm able to get them edited. If you don't know much about being a YouTuber, it's not the filming process that takes a long time, although it can, depending on what you want to do and if you want to convey your thoughts. What takes the longest is the editing and putting things together, because sometimes I'll make mistakes as I film, and it's kind of funny. Sometimes I'll sit and laugh at myself when I'm editing, but if I want the video to be as professional as possible, I need to cut those things out. So please bear with me, as you probably see the same black shirt for the next two videos, but today's video is kind of a cliche video, but it's something that I did a long time ago when I had my 6S Plus phone that was rose gold, that older phone. That phone I had for like 4 or 5 years. Nearly 2 years ago, I got the iPhone 11 in lavender. In this case, I don't even know where I got this case from. Probably Walmart. I have a lot of different cases I go through, but I figured I'd show you today what is on my iPhone 11. I kind of like to do these just because it's kind of neat to see, like, I don't know. I like to share what I have, because then I get a lot of people that comment and then they talk about these other apps that are really good or useful or helpful, and I've been able to do a lot of different apps from my last time that I've had my phone, as well as I've deleted things and added things as my life has changed, and so on and so forth. So I'll show you exactly what's on my phone. I will do a screen recording here, so if it looks kind of funny or like I'm not looking directly at the camera, that's because I'm trying to point everything out on my phone without it looking funny. But please bear with me. I'll put it on airplane mode so that no messages or anything weird comes through that I don't want people to see, or something personal or something like that. Turn it off of airplane mode so you can see like my Instagram if I want to open that up or something like that. But anyways, with that being said, we'll jump right into the screen recording here and the actual video. Per usual, if you see a cat's tail, you know who that is. It's Tinkerbell. Actually, why don't we just say hi to the world right away? Say hi. Yeah. Say hello, everybody. She's my little chunky monkey. I'm going to actually put my phone on a screen recording now and put this in airplane mode so that no weird messages come through or something personal comes through. So it's on airplane mode. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the screen recording here. This is the first part of my home screen. It's really not that interesting. And come on. It's really not that interesting. It's basically just the main kind of utility type things, and you can see my blood sugars is a little Dexcom widget that tells me I'm 162 and dropping. I did make the calendar portion kind of bigger. I kind of like it like that instead of the little individual ones, so I made that kind of customized. Then I have the little battery widget that tells me my phone's at 19%, as well as my Apple Watch, which I'm wearing right now on my left wrist, is at 83%. And then on the bottom, you'll see contacts, the App Store, iTunes, settings, and then my bottom main bar, I have Snapchat, messages, iMessage, you know, the little Apple messaging, text messaging ordeal. I don't have the mail app anymore. I used to, and have my Outlook account kind of go to those, but I actually have 4 emails that I manage, and it's a hard thing to do when you have personal, business, work, and school. My school one isn't really a big thing for me anymore, considering I'm no longer a student, but I still keep it hooked on there just because in the event that I would need that for any reason, it's there. I think it's deactivated after so many days of graduation though, so it's probably not even applicable for me to keep it on there, but I have everything under the Outlook app, and I kind of like it that I can have all 4 things at once. And then of course phone, because this is an actual phone, right? I can actually call people on this if I need to. I don't know. So yeah, if you swipe over here, you can kind of see like SugarMate app. Clue is an app for your period tracking, and then of course like the calendar thing above. I'm not going to go any further into that because I think I might have a widget regarding like financial stuff, and I don't want to share that with the world. Okay, so we'll move to the next slide, which is pretty, again, basic. It's pretty much all social media and pretty much any more of the utility type things that I use a lot. So starting in the upper left, I have the calculator, my clock, Maps, Notes, LinkedIn, which basically is a networking site for finding jobs and stuff like that. I used it. I've been using it for a long time, and I really don't use it much anymore. Safari, which is like the web browser for Apple. Photos, camera, it's obvious. Weather app for the local weather. That's their app, so I keep it on there. Translate, which I think is it a service that you literally click on it and you can translate things? Well, that's cool. So obviously airplane mode is on, but it says turn off of airplane mode to translate between English, United States English and Spanish, or select and download. Oh, okay. Like I knew what that was about, but yeah, I knew what that was about, but I wasn't 100% sure kind of what I was going into with that one. So yeah, apparently you can translate things on your phone, and here I have been going to Safari and hitting Google Translate, and here's this thing on my phone that I never realized was there. So go Maddie. FaceTime, Apple Watch, boring, obvious stuff. Instagram, I do have an Instagram. I link it all the time. That is probably the best site to reach me beyond YouTube or beyond Type 1. I'm on Instagram a lot. I post a lot of little things that happen in my life. Not that I'm trying to get attention, but what I like to use Instagram and even this YouTube channel for is more of a memorable scrapbook for me. So if you follow me there, it's at Maddie J. Neal. Real easy and basic. I also have an art one that I've been trying to post on more. But hopefully if I take this out of airplane mode, then I won't get any crazy messages here. So we'll put that there, and then I'll go into Instagram. So here is my personal one. It's public. This is my personal Instagram. It is public, and then my other one here is Maddie Nielsen art. So you can kind of see everything with there. So yeah, that's basically it. So the business suite is for the Facebook page I have for this YouTube channel. I'm not real active on that. I have it because I'm not going to be giving my personal Facebook out to anybody that I don't know. And if anybody tries to friend request that I don't know, you won't get on it. Facebook and Messenger, again, private things. Pinterest, I do have a Pinterest. You can follow it if you want. I believe it's linked. I've had a Pinterest for a long time, and that's just kind of the artsy side of me, kind of figuring out what I like and what I don't like. So Pinterest is kind of a cool thing. Of course, YouTube Studio, and sub count, and I'm probably close to 2,720 subscribers-ish at this point. I'm not 100% sure. Again, my phone's on airplane mode, so it's probably not going to give me the best update. I took it out of airplane mode briefly to show you my Instagram, and then you'll probably have some choppiness because I had several personal messages come in at that point, and I'm not ready to, like, because of the way I have my phone, there goes my blood sugar kind of it's been sitting at like 160 for a while. Anyways, I don't want anybody seeing anything personal, phone, texting, messaging, anything that I don't want to be seen. So TikTok, if you don't know what TikTok is, it used to be an app called Musical.ly, and I used to have that app probably when I was a young teenager. Then I got rid of it, and then I got it back recently, and that app is addicting. You can go through tons of videos that will either make you laugh or entertain you for a long time. So I have that. Beyond Type 1, again, I have linked if you want to follow me there. That is a social media networking site for anybody who is a Type 1 diabetic. Love that app to pieces. That is where I've met some of my best friends, and you wouldn't believe how many people you can connect with on that site that really make you feel good and make you feel at ease and make you feel comfortable knowing that, like, you're not alone. VSCO, which is actually more of an editing type app, but it's kind of cool. I've posted some random pictures on there. Maybe I should link my VSCO down below, even though I don't really post on it, but I use it more for the editing purposes of, like, different filters and stuff. Then Twitter, I have a Twitter. I really don't use it a lot other than, like, I'll post links to my videos on occasion. I've been pretty bad about posting links to my videos on social media pages. It's just kind of one of those things I've gotten out of. I figured, like, I'll put my videos on YouTube, and actually I'm kind of doing it in like a group. Once I get 10 videos, I'll be like, here's 10 of my latest videos. You know, if you didn't see them, go check them out if you'd like. Not that I'm forcing people to watch my videos. Some people don't get the YouTube notifications. Some people only prefer a certain social media site. So as a public YouTuber, I kind of have to have the whole shebang, right? So there's Twitter. This is my second page. And then I'll go to my third page, which I love to pieces because it's like completely like grouped the way I want it. So this page again has a motivation widget, and this motivation widget says, "Let yourself be drawn by the stronger pull of that which you truly love." So there's a lot of different quotes. Some of them are a little less confusing than others. I'm understanding this to mean that you need to be drawn to what you like versus what somebody else wants you to like. And then here you go. Here's another one that just scrolled through, and it says, "Imperfection is beautiful to anyone who has ever felt broken beyond repair. This is for you. If you've ever been excluded or told you were not enough, know that you are enough and beautifully complete." Okay, this girl's screenshotting that because every so often I'll find these different quotes and I'll write them down in a journal, and if I'm upset or not feeling the best, I will read these and it actually will bring me up. So this is why I have this kind of stuff, to bring me joy and happiness. I'm kind of big on words. I'm big on meanings of words. I'm big on having things mean things in my life, like have a meaningful connection to my heart. So I love this app. Anyways, that's the widget. It's kind of nestled in between all the apps. So at the top you can see is music and iHeartRadio, which are pretty obvious what those are, podcasts. This app I just found out from my grandpa. It is the coolest app. It's called Night Sky. If you click on it, it's pretty awesome, where you literally can open this up and you can point anywhere in the sky you are at. You can kind of see me. Oh, it's making some noise. And actually, it will point up to any stars that you're at, and it'll show you constellations of where you actually are at. So like this Aquila is apparently some sort of bird-shaped constellation in the sky, and if I was actually outside and I was able to see it at the horizon line in a clear night, I would be able to pick out where it is. So for those of you that do not know me, I am an astronomy kind of nut as far as like understanding like that part of science. I'm also a huge genetic nut. So if I, or microbiology as well as biology. So if I didn't go into dental hygiene, these are the types of sciences that I like to study outside of it, or just like to learn more about. I'm one of these people that loves to learn more and more about our world. So this is a cool way for me to kind of experience anything celestial and things like that. I did take an astronomy class in high school. I do have a telescope. I like watching the moon. I don't know. I like pointing out planets. I could do basic constellations like Orion's Belt, and like, I don't even technically know if the Big and Little Dipper are considered constellations. I believe there's another term for them, but I can point those out on obvious nights. The Northern Star or North Star, I can find that really easy. I've seen lots of meteors, shooting stars, you name it. I've seen it all. So the next few apps is my Affleck. That's what I use for work. Like, basically, if you work long enough, you can buy into short-term and long-term disability. I use that to track that kind of thing. I have never had to invest in it, but I technically did. Like, I never had to use it, I should say. I invested in it because in the event I get injured, I can actually get some payment and not worry about being able to pay my bills, right? It's kind of like health insurance. You invest in it to basically protect yourself in the event that something major happens. So the case studies and the NBDHE testing, that's stuff I use for studying for my National Board of Dental Hygiene exam. Now you're thinking, Maddie, why do you still have this on your phone? That's because I honestly kept them because, number one, they cost a lot of money, but number two, it's kind of a memory for me, and number three, I want to talk about this in a future video, so until then, they're going to stay on my phone, but they were really awesome, useful apps for studying for the National Board of Dental Hygiene exam. The next little group of things is editing, and if you want to know how I got these funky or fancy-looking fonts, it's from the Font Maker app. No, excuse me, the Fonts app. You have to pay, I believe, so many, I think it's like a couple dollars a week, or you can get like a whole year for $30. I don't know. Right now I have it activated and I'm paying for it because I have enough stashed on an iTunes account that like it's just taking from that, but I'm thinking once that number gets down low enough, I'll cancel it. I only used it for a few purposes on Instagram and as well as to do this on my phone, so I probably don't need it anymore, so I can delete it. But the Font Maker app is kind of cool too because you can actually create your own font based on your handwriting. But then again, you have to pay for it to have it put on your phone, and I have not done that yet. So it's just some extra things. Clips I've never used, but I just keep it there. iMovie is primarily what I use to edit. I have another editing software on a PC that no longer works. So I actually have iMovie as well on my MacBook Air, and I hope to, because I have the cording and the appropriate kind of transfer cording between like a normal camera to a MacBook versus like something that's not correlated, like PC to non-PC kind of thing. I have the proper cording to transfer all that information, that I can start using my laptop and doing a lot more different things with maybe some other editing software, so we'll see. Layout is kind of for Instagram, so you could put multiple pictures in at once. CC Express used to be called Adobe Spark. I use this all the time for my thumbnails. Love this app to pieces. And Spark Video is actually what I originally used for my intro and outro kind of little video clips that I still have. I hope to be making something more fun and interesting for my intro and outro, but for now, just enjoy the marble pattern and the little guitar strumming. It's just something easy, and I don't really... I just haven't had the time to sit and think about the artistic side of what I want to put together to represent like my intro and outro. So I've just done some basic things, but I highly recommend CC Express. Used to be called Adobe Spark, for any thumbnails or even anything posting on Facebook or Instagram. It can actually crop pictures to make them look better, so that you don't chop off faces or heads or things like that. Tumblr is something I recently got. Haven't been on it too much, but again, more of an artsy side, more of an editing type app. And then this Voila Al Artiste thing, that was kind of a fad back maybe 5 months ago, where people would put pictures on, and if you would put your face on a certain one, it would like, you could scroll through and make yourself look more like you're from medieval times, or make yourself look older, look younger. It was kind of a fun thing. I just kept it on my phone. So then down at the bottom, there's food. Of course, Dunkin' Donuts, Panera Bread, Starbucks, and Subway, which are all things I love, so we'll just leave it at that. Finance, I won't delve into, but basically it's the app for my bank and 3 credit cards, as well as Venmo, because Venmo is a quick and easy way to send people money in the event that you don't have cash on you. Games, boring. I know, I don't have many games. I still have Heyday, which is a farm that you kind of build and have fun with on my iPad, and when I'm bored at night, sometimes I'll sit and play it. But I have Monopoly, Heads Up, and Pokemon Go on here. I have not played Pokemon Go in probably 3 years. I do have a Pikachu in there, I promise you, and it's kind of cute just sitting. I got Pikachu. It's kind of a fun app if you're out walking around in areas that you're not familiar with, but I've pretty much caught all my little Pokemons in my area, so it's pretty much useless at this point to me. Health, which is kind of obvious. The fitness app is from the Apple Watch thing, where it kind of tracks your steps and things like that. Clue, I've kind of talked about this a little bit on my more of my female reproductive health thing, as well as just in general, I believe on my last what's on my iPhone. Clue is the app I use to track my period, and I've used that app to track my period since I've been 15. And I've had my period since 13. I love this app. This app has gone through several different changes as it's gone through, but I really do like it. It's simple, easy to use, and it's a great app. So CVS Pharmacy, because we need insulin. Elevate, I've had for a long time. It's a fun kind of, I used to be able to I would do this like every day in high school. It's basically a app where you go through these different mind games to kind of help build your skills in math, reading, writing, science. Is it science or is it history? One of those odd subjects, and it goes through and it gives you like an intelligence type quotient. Not saying like you're stupid or dumb, but they'll go through, and the more you do it and the more skills you get, the higher your intelligence quotient gets. And mine is above average in all the categories. I actually think I was above average when I initially tested in this app, but then like as you go through and level up, the games will get slowly harder. So they'll give you games like make fractions with this and this, or do improper fractions, and you get like 30 seconds to do 20 improper fractions, like converting them all. And the more you do it, the harder they get, and the more you can build your skills. So fun game. Health is just the obvious Apple Health thing. I have not deleted that off my phone. Mindfulness is more like to breathe and have peace in your mind. I've used this app a few times. I need to use it more often because I stress myself out way too much. Motivation widget is just the widget you just saw. Works pretty well, but I just stuck it in here. And then My Purveyor and My Byram are just the apps I use for doctors and medical appointments, as well as ordering pump supplies. Bottom 4 is stores, streaming, type 1 diabetes, and utilities. There's not really that much exciting. Amazon, Costco, Family Dollar. We're just going to leave it at that. I don't even hardly use that Family Dollar app anymore. I probably should just delete it. Fetch Rewards is something new that I recently found. It's a pretty cool app that any receipt or anything you buy, you can scan the receipt and it will give you points based off of what you buy, what you bought by. Oh my gosh, Maddie is like grammatically not correct today. What you buy, and I've actually gotten over $60 worth in gift cards to various stores. So if you earn enough points, you can trade those in for gift cards. Not like super heavy amount of gift cards, but one time I saved up 25 or 30,000 points and got a $25 gift card to Amazon. That was pretty nice. But like some things are worth more points than others. So like if you go to Burger King and you buy food, which I did not know this because I had Burger King one night, it's worth like 150 points to this app. Versus like any old receipt that has like no value, like say you go to, I don't know, I'll pick a store. Like say you go to the post office and buy stamps. I've done this already, and I scan my receipt. It will give me automatic 25 points at minimum. They used to have it on a lower scale where like 5 points was your minimum, but they've gotten rid of that 5-point deal. Certain brands that they're affiliated with, say, I'm trying to think of one that's obvious. Mountain Dew, if you buy a Mountain Dew product, it will give you more points. Hershey products will give you more points, things like that. So it's kind of a way that they get branding and marketing, but at the same time you can get, like, literally get rewards from it. And it's been worth it to me to scan things. And also you could it will electronically kind of sync in receipts that you buy from Amazon and several other stores. So let's say I go to Amazon and I buy this, and I have the proof that it's shipped. You can link your Amazon account to this, and it will automatically go, oh yeah, you purchased something for $34.75, and it will give you your point value for that depending on what the brand is. Fuel rewards and quick rewards are for 2 gas stations. Fuel rewards is for Shell, which is I use most frequently, and quick rewards is for Quick Trip. That is kind of a Midwest thing. Office Depot, and then which I do get rewards for, and then Woodman's is a grocery store kind of local to the Midwest. I know for sure Wisconsin has Woodman's stores. I don't know if other states do. Streaming, boring, basic, but ABC, Disney Plus, PBS Video, Prime. You can't get away from Amazon Prime. Tubi's a free TV service, and then Apple TV. I used to have an Apple TV subscription for free when I bought my MacBook Air, but I've canceled it. I haven't really found much on it that I like. Not a big TV watcher. Like, I will watch TV and I will watch movies, but it's not like a priority for me. Like, I'm more bound to sit and watch people's YouTube videos than I am to watch TV. Type 1 diabetes, pretty easy. Calorie King I use a lot for carb counting and figuring out things like that. Or finding the carbs for different fast food joints. Clarity and Dexcom G6 go together. Diabetes recipes are there as well. Okay, my blood sugar is driving me crazy. Diabetes recipes, I've used those for some different things. Happy Bob is kind of a snarky little app where it's like Sugarmate in a way, or Dexcom, where it will report your blood sugar, but it'll say if you put it in snarky Bob mode, it'll say things like, I think one it said something of the sorts that like, oh, you have diabetes just like my cat. Well, your blood sugar's way too high, so you better get it down, or something really. It's just snarky and it's funny. And if you're low, it'll be like, oh, just go ahead into the kitchen and binge a bunch of things. It's just like, if you're diabetic, you know what I'm getting at. It's just kind of some funny sarcasm and some wit. Sugarmate, recently I deleted it, but then got it back because for a while it wasn't working with Dexcom. I love this app because it gives a more accurate depiction of my A1C and blood sugars. Now, Dexcom for me will read me higher than what I actually am. So like it's telling me my average blood sugar for 90 days is 161. Probably not near that. I'm typically about 15 milligrams per deciliter lower than that. So you're probably talking my average blood sugar is 146. Now the past month was a little rough for me because I was experimenting with different things, but now since I've gotten things kind of leveled out where I want them, I've been noticing much better blood sugars. I kind of got out of the habit of pre-bolusing for a month and a half. Like, I wasn't pre-bolusing for super duper high glycemic foods, and then I would have nice blood sugars and then spike and sit there, and it was not a pretty sight. But I keep my range pretty tight. 70 to 160 is what I like. And I even like even better, less than 150 or less than 140. But the quartiles is kind of a nice depiction for me too, Not so much the GMI. I like the quartiles is probably a better depiction. That number in the middle, the 148 is probably a better idea of what my average sugars are. So you're probably talking an A1C in the mid to upper sixes. I'll find out in January. We'll see what it's at. But I've been pretty much, my entire time I've been diabetic, I've been under 7%, except for one time when I had to transition from Omnipod. I was transitioning off of Omnipod to Tandem. When the Omnipod was giving me grief at the very end, I had constant high blood sugars pretty much, and my A1C, I'm surprised didn't go higher, but it went from like a 6.2 to a 7.5, and since having the Tandem pump, I've been 6.6, 6.8, 6.9. I've been pretty even keel, but I still want to knock that a little bit lower, get myself low sixes, upper fives again, and it's a lot of work, but I'm seeing the hard work pay off. But anyways, I like this app mainly because it gives me a better prediction of kind of what I'm supposed to look for an A1C and average. T-Connect is an app that you can use to see what your blood sugars are at and active insulin from your Tandem pump. However, I don't use it because I was finding out that it uses a lot of cellular data, and I was constantly overaging my 3 or 4 gigs that I get a month. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting a higher bill, and I'm like, why am I paying this much money? And sure enough, that was that app, so it just sits there, and I don't really do much with it. Utilities is kind of boring and basic. Bitmoji, which is kind of create your own cartoon. Compass, find my iPhone. HP Cards and HP Smart, hook up to my printer. Measure, Cellcom is the company I go through with my cell phone. So I can view my bill, view how much data I'm using, how many minutes I've used. I have unlimited calling, but data I don't. So then I keep an eye on that, as well as I can see what my next bill is going to be. Shortcuts, and then Smart Hub is the utility tracking app where I can hook up my the company I get paid for that I use for my electricity. Like I can see my bill there and pay it online if I'd like. So, anyways, that's everything on Maddie's iPhone. Kind of a boring video, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Feel free to hit that subscribe button. I post as often as I can about type 1 diabetes plus more. Stay tuned for more videos. Super excited to be creating content for you guys. And yeah, so that's about it for this interesting video. And I'm surprised we didn't see Tinkerbell's tail more, but I hope you all are doing well, and I wish you nothing but the best in your life and nothing but the best in your diabetes journey if you are diabetic. Oh, and I forgot to show you, I guess you could see the back of my phone was a black background, but the front is Beauty and the Beast, because y'all don't know me very well. I'm a huge Beauty and the Beast fan anyway. Until next time for another video, take care, God bless, be kind, spread positivity, and be thankful, and I love you all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for your continued support, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.